Would this be a bad time to admit that I like Biker Mice from Mars way better than Ninja Turtles? Record your own fucking podcast.
Yeah.
By yourself. That no one will listen to, because you're stupid.
Jizzing out little bits.
Oh my god,
So,
stop!
like-
Oh, jizzing out bits sounds gross. It sounds like chunky cum.
What's the holdup?
Well, hello, and welcome to another episode of What's the Holdup. This is episode 2 in our Ghostbusters versus Ghostbusters Who's Holding Up Now challenge.
Yeah.
As good a name as any.
Sure.
Yeah, sounds good. Last week, we took a look back at the heavyweight champion contender. This week, we're going to examine the underdog, the lesser-known, scrappy, little can-do, little engine that could.
You've named 3 different
Cartoon known
cartoons, and
as what?
You've named 3 different cartoons to describe this cartoon. Underdog. What were the other
Scrappy.
2? Scrappy. And the little engine that could.
That was a cartoon?
Yeah, there's.
It's a book first.
Well, yes, but it's a cartoon movie.
Yeah, isn't the one that's like, I think I can, I think I can,
Yeah.
I think I can.
Yeah.
What is the train in the Easter Bunny is
It's
coming to town
basically
say?
Little
What does he
Engine
say
that
though?
Yeah.
Well, he says something. He doesn't say I think I. Doesn't he say something else?
Yeah, no, I think he says I think I can. Pretty
Well,
sure.
the more you know. Anyways, so this week we're going to be looking at Filmation's Ghostbusters. Officially just titled Ghostbusters, but most people call it Filmation's Ghostbusters to differentiate it from the real Ghostbusters. So, Heather, you want to give us the deets? Give us the 411, the scoop, poop scoop? Give us the poop scoop. Scoop that poop, doobity-doo.
Oh my god.
Scoop that poop, sing it on a loop. Scoop that poop,
No.
doobity-doo.
No more loop.
Tell us, Ghostbusters. Yeah. You
Wow.
can't see it, but I'm doing jazz hands, everybody. Jazz hands in front of the mic.
Wow. No more coffee for you.
Jazz hands.
Jazz hands. All right.
Superstar.
You hate her.
Yes, I do.
I love her.
Yes, you do. No, I never said I hated the original skits. I just hate the movie.
Oh, well, either way. Anyway, so Ghostbusters, Filmation's Ghostbusters, ran from 1986 to 1987.
Woohoo!
So it was very short-lived.
Yep.
It says a squad of supernatural investigators are Earth's only defense against an evil ghost wizard and his minions. An evil ghost wizard.
Yes, primeval.
Wow.
Yeah, well,
Cool.
no one said it was original.
And the tagline...
Actually, it is very original, I shouldn't say.
You ready?
Yep.
Tagline. So spooky, it's fun!
That's awesome. You know, it's funny because I would think that the tagline would be the tagline on the show, which the real Ghostbusters obviously had what?
I don't know.
Who are you going to call?
Oh, who are you gonna call? Yeah.
Do you know what the call to action was on Filmation's Ghostbusters?
Bust 'em! I don't know.
No. Let's go, Ghostbusters!
Oh, really?
Yeah, because do you remember the song?
No, I don't.
Let's go, Ghostbusters, let's go. Let's go, go! Dun 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 dun. Let's go, Ghostbusters, let's go. Let's go!
Wow.
Oh man, I love that show. I did legitimately love this show when I was a kid. So I broke my own rule and did a little bit of research. Would you like to hear how this fucking monstrosity came about?
Okay, rule breaker.
Rule breaker. Breaking the rules! Yeah! It's gonna be a sing-songy night, I can already tell. Yeah, so... Alright, so basically what happened was... there was a show that Filmation made in 1972, 75, somewhere around there, called The Ghostbusters. Ghost Space Busters. You know, not one word.
Mm-hmm.
And it was about two doofuses and a gorilla, and they basically solved silly shit involving ghosts and goblins and whatnot. You can imagine how amazing this show was, and that it was not amazing at all.
No.
It wasn't very popular. But for some reason, little Danny Aykroyd and little Harry Ramis apparently couldn't call their movie anything but Ghostbusters.
Right.
And so they had to pay Filmation like $500,000 to use the name. And 1% of the profit for Ghostbusters.
Ah.
Now, you want to hear something funny? Do you know how much profit Ghostbusters made?
Not a lot.
Did
it I don't think it made a lot when it came out.
Well, none, according to the way that they were able to... Now, I've heard of this before. They do some... Kevin Smith was talking about this on one of his podcasts. I don't know if you recall. There's this interesting way that they do profit. Mm-hmm. So what'll happen is, it'll be like, oh, the movie cost, we'll say for Ghostbusters, without looking at, I'm going to say like 10 mil. Mm-hmm. Maybe 20, but actually, for 1984, probably 10 or 20, right?
Yeah.
So, and then it grossed, if I'm not mistaken, no, it actually did very well that year. If I'm not mistaken, it was probably 80 to 100 million gross worldwide. So, then though, what happens is, oh, we made a huge profit, right? Well, not so fast. When the accountants get a hold of it in the books, well, let's see. Well, we had to pay this much for advertising. And we borrowed this much to make it. And this, blah, blah. Oh, look at that. We lost money on the deal. And that's how they end up not having to pay, because a lot of times there'll be, oh shit, I can't remember the what is it, net profit points and then gross. And I forget which is which. One is worse than the other.
Yeah, I don't remember.
One is after all that bullshit, and that's the one that you almost never get paid, because they're like, oh, well, no, technically it wasn't profitable, and, So, so apparently they screwed them.
Nice. Basically,
Columbia screwed them. So then, when it came time to, because Ghostbusters was so successful, ironically, it was sort of one of those like, oh yeah, no, we didn't make any money, but look at all the people lining up for your movie. Oh, no, they're there to see Gremlins. Which, I don't think did make a ton of money.
Yeah.
I mean, enough, but not as much as Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters was a huge hit. Anyways, so, there was, so it came time for them to do the cartoon, and they were going to do it with Filmation, because, it's like, hey, remember we gave you that name? We also make cartoons. You might have heard of He-Man, So they were going to do it with Filmation. And then, I guess at the last minute, they'd already done some preliminary sketches and some storyboards. And then at the last minute, they decided they were going to go with Deke. So Filmation was like, well, fuck this. Let's do a cartoon based on our property that we still own, the Ghostbusters, but we'll drop the, call it Ghostbusters. And that's what happened. And I think they were hoping that there would be a little bit of cross confusion, that some kids might be like tuning in, because they thought it was the other Ghostbusters. And that, of course, is why that's why Columbia, ended up calling theirs the real Ghostbusters and whatnot. Just a whole lot of fuckery there, which I don't see why. See, what pisses me off about Columbia, other than the fact that they clearly screwed Filmation to begin with, is they felt like they had to put the real Ghostbusters on there so people don't get confused. Did those assholes really think people were going to get confused between the two shows anyways?
Yes. Because...
Well, let's see. One has 4 guys in jumpsuits, albeit with different hair than I remember from the movie, but they've got Slimer, they got the proton packs. But then this one's got a fucking talking ape and a guy wearing an old-timey, like, Red Baron-y fucking pilot hat with the goggles on top. And they're driving a fucking jalopy. Shit, I don't know which one is based on the movie Ghostbusters. Like, holy shit, you guys are assholes. Anyways, so, get the quick part out of the way first of all. Heather, what do you remember about this show?
Fuck all.
Remember anything?
No, I don't.
Did you even know it existed before this?
Well, until a couple years ago, I had
when we bought that DVD, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we had
idea.
A DVD we bought for $1.
Yeah.
At Walmart that we've been saving till now,
I bought it literally because I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? I can't believe
you've never watched this.
And I've never actually watched it, though. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm sure I saw episodes of it when I was younger. It clearly did not make an impression.
No.
Because I fucking don't remember. I've looked at pictures and whatnot. I do not remember this show.
I actually loved this show.
At all.
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
I loved this show. I loved the real Ghostbusters as well.
Yeah.
But I loved this show. And I wanted the toys and everything. It was so much more fun than... So, the real Ghostbusters, as we touched upon a little bit last week, but the more I've been thinking about it, one of the things I forgot to mention is the animation was so well done. And it was so... Not that there weren't funny parts, but it was definitely wasn't made just for kids. It was very kind of serious and legitimately scary. The real Ghostbusters is... Filmation's Ghostbusters is like the Scooby-Doo Ghostbusters.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, it looks like Scooby-Doo.
Oh, yeah, it's just fucking flat out. So, like, okay. So, Jake Kong and, what's his name? Jake Kong and something Spencer. Tracy Spencer or something?
I don't know.
And then the gorilla, try this again. So, there are three characters. Mm-hmm. There's Jake Kong. There's the ape. Fucking look this up.
There's Jake Kong. There's Eddie Spencer.
Eddie Spencer. Okay. There's Jake Kong, Eddie Spencer, and I believe the ape's name is Tracy. And the ape is supposed to be the same ape that was in the 1970s live action show. And the other two people are supposed to be the children of the two ghost guys. So, basic setup is they have this building called Ghost Central or something that they're in, right? And what happens is they have a skeleton or like a TV that can talk and has like it's called Skelevision. Then they have a thing called Ansabone, which is like a phone that's a skull with like a bone on top, right? And it talks and stuff. So those things are alive. Then they have their Slimer is a little pink bat named Belfry. He's actually really cute. So he hangs out there. And then when there's a ghost problem, they go into, the old 60s Batman show?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like that, but it's a little bit different. So when they have a ghost thing, they press these buttons and they go down these tubes, and the changing sequence into their like ghost fighting outfits is like awesome, because they go down these tubes and these arms come down, these mechanical things put their clothes on, but it always puts Eddie's stuff on wrong, puts like his underwear on his head and puts his other stuff and he has to straighten out, and
nice.
Tracy just has to put a backpack on, that's it.
Yeah.
And then when they get there, they get to their car is this fucking jalopy.
Yeah.
With I don't know if you saw in the pictures, but their symbol is like a white ghost on black background with like a smiley face on it. But the ghost could change expressions. In fact, I don't know if it's the same thing as bumpers or what you would actually call it. But you know how on some cartoons it's not to go to commercial, but it's a scene change and they flash the like for Transformers. Yeah. Okay, it would be like an Autobot symbol and it would go da 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 da, and it would flip around to the Decepticon one, and then all right. So Ghostbusters would do that, where it would show the ghost symbol every now and then, and it would have a different expression sometimes. Okay. And their jalopy car could like turn into different, like it could turn into a rocket or it could be a boat depending on what they want. It could like transform into different things. It's awesome. And then so the main bad guy, this primeval guy, he's a ghost wizard who looks like a cyborg wearing like a red cape thing. And then he has all these like ridiculous minions. Like one's like this werewolf dude who wears like tennis shoes, and one is rat thing with a snake tail that's like his like lackey guy, and just all these ridiculous. And one I remember was like a hunter or something, and he would usually open a portal into our world and send them there, and then the Ghostbusters would have to fight him. So, and the Ghostbusters didn't have proton packs. They had different weapons. Like Jake had this thing that he shot out like a lasso, an energy lasso that could rope the ghosts in. Huh. And then Eddie had like a thing that shot out like gum, and the gum would like stop them. And like, I don't know, Tracy built all their shit. And then there was this girl Futura from the future, Heather, who's like Jake's love interest. And she's a Ghostbuster in the future.
Well, hell.
It's just a wild madcap show. It was very fun.
Sounds like it.
Lots of fun. Lots of fun, lots of puns.
Well, I'm very interested to see it now.
Typical 80s cartoon. Fun and puns. Puns and fun. Puns of fun. Funs of pun.
Yes, have some.
And many more! By Menon.
By Menon.
Anyways, so, yeah, I can't wait to watch it. Haven't seen it in a while. It's probably gonna suck. But I am interested. It would be great if it was as good as the real Ghostbusters, though. It really would. My benchmark that I would like it to hit would be at least more entertaining than the last two seasons of Real Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Or basically just whenever Dave Coulier took over.
Yeah.
Oh, and in case anybody doesn't follow us on Facebook, you should, because I just came up with a great meme for last week's Ghostbusters episode where I had a picture of Dave Coulier on top of a picture of Lorenzo Music, and it says, Dave might think he's Coulier, but Lorenzo is music to my ears. Pretty good, huh? And then I made another picture where I put an actual cream horn on Egon's head where his hair should be. And it fucking fits.
It does.
I was not kidding you. It really does look like a cream horn hair.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Do you have anything else to add?
No.
Heatherito Bendito.
Heatherito Bendito.
Call back. Yeah, I can't think of anything else that I was going to say. Like I said, there were toys of this, despite the fact that clearly no one I knew had them. I'm guessing no one you knew had them since you don't remember the show.
No.
But there were toys to this. I remember the show being on like in syndication or whatever, and generally being a pretty fun show. But I think most people probably regard it the same way they regard like GoBots to Transformers. Another cartoon that I liked a lot. So I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I just like shitty cartoons.
You like the generic.
I like the.
I like the fucking brand name.
Yeah, I like the fucking Hydrox to Oreos.
Yes.
Even though Hydrox came out first.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, these two shows were like debuted like right near each other. I think
did.
Too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is funny. Yeah. Would this be a bad time to admit that I like Biker Mice from Mars way better than Ninja Turtles? No, I'm just kidding. That's not true at all. Although I did used to watch it. Yeah, Ninja Turtles really ushered in a whole wave of anthropomorphic. It was, Biker Mice from Mars, Cowboys of Moo Mesa.
Yep. Cowboys of Moo Mesa.
Street Sharks.
Yep. Samurai Pizza Cats.
Was it Samurai Pizza Cats?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's a cartoon.
It sounds vaguely familiar. I think it's something maybe my brother.
Yeah, maybe. Is it around the same time as all these other ones?
Oh, I believe you. I'm just saying I don't really recall.
Yeah. Wasn't Battletoads a cartoon too?
Battletoads had one episode.
Really?
And it was so bad that they never made another cartoon. So it's the video games.
It didn't have toys?
Nope. No, it did not.
Toys. It's just a video
No,
game.
but you know what you might be thinking of.
You
might be thinking of the Punk Rock Frogs, the Ninja Turtle toys.
Oh, yeah.
Remember when you watched through the series a couple years ago? Did you get to the one with Napoleon Boner Frog? Yeah, you might be thinking of Boner Frog. You might be thinking of Schwing, Ribbit Schwing. You might be
Ribbit Schwing.
Ribbit Schwing.
Ribbit Schwing.
Ribbit Schwing.
Ribbit Schwing.
Ribbit Schwing. Wow. Anyways, Battletoads.
We spent way too much time on that.
I know, right? Rabbletoads?
Rabble-rouser toads.
Rabble-rouser toads. Rabble. Yeah, that's right, because all they say is rabble. That's why it was much better playing the game on the SNES, because there was more of a speech thing, so you could hear them going rabble while they were running around the screen. No, it was just it was a bunch of video games basically, and then like I said, they did one pilot episode of a cartoon, and it was so bad that they made. So the more you know.
Samurai Pizza Cats is
I'll have to check it out, but not right now, because right now we're gonna go watch Ghostbusters. The filmation variety. So we were gonna go. I am stuck on a loop. Yeah. We are going to go watch Ghostbusters, and you good people can try to figure out if I'm doing a bad Christopher Walken impression or a bad Shatner.
No.
Either way, it sucks. So I'll leave you all with that.
I can tell you what you're doing.
We'll be back after the break.
Yes.
Let's go!
No, I didn't know that I was doing it.
Let's go, Ghostbusters!
Good
We are back
God.
from watching Filmation's Ghostbusters. And I hope you like what I just said, because if you decide to watch the cartoon, you'll
You'll
hear
hear
it.
that a fucking lot.
Well, you'll hear it at least twice every time you listen to the theme song. And yes, more throughout the show.
Ghostbusters,
let's go.
let's go. Oh my
Well,
God.
no, I didn't even
it's
mean
kinda
just the
catchy,
words. I meant
but-
literally that one clip
Yeah.
of the "Let's go Ghostbusters" at the beginning of the cartoon, and then the rest of all the words to the cartoon are "Let's go Ghostbusters." But I have to say,
With Pongo's owner and his
oh my
his
God,
fat
right?
buddy,
Yeah,
Eddie.
his fat buddy Eddie. That's mean. I have
Roger.
to say though, Roger.
That's
Oh,
Pongo's.
Roger. Yeah. That was Perdita.
No,
That's Pongo's girlfriend.
yeah, that's Pongo's.
That's his bitch.
Yeah.
Get it? His dogs.
Worst.
Our fucking gold digging whores. No.
Good God.
No, see, I turned the joke around because I love to hear percussion. Anyways,
Oh,
so I could just do this all night.
please don't. I
But
need sleep.
don't we?
Do it on your own time.
Do it on your own time. God damn it. Record your own fucking podcast
Yeah.
by yourself. That no one will listen to because you're stupid.
I'll listen to it.
Oh, would you?
I would.
If my podcast was just doing those bad jokes that I was just doing,
That I don't want you to do.
that you have to live with.
Yeah, that I
you're
have
like,
to
I don't
live
have
with
to
all
listen
the
to
time.
it. I'm living it.
Right?
Anyways, we have fun. But so, no, I have to say, admittedly, I know this is going to sound blasphemous considering that the real Ghostbusters theme song is essentially just the Ghostbusters theme song from the movie, but I actually like this theme song better.
It was definitely catchy.
You know, I guess it's just because of too many years of hearing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was
like
nice hearing.
daily.
Let's go, Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'll
Let's
give it that.
Go. Yeah, I thought that was awesome. And it had like a
It stops
fun
there,
opening.
though.
Yeah.
The goodness stops there.
Oh, now okay. So let's get into it. Let's just jump right into the
There's
shit.
some fucking insanity.
So this was your first time watching the show, Heather.
Oh, absolutely.
Was it what you expected it to be?
And I mean it. I've never seen this show before. Ever. In my
Was it
whole
what you
life.
expected it to be?
No.
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 What were you expecting?
I don't know what I was expecting. I really don't. I went in with
Were
no
you-
expectations, and I was...
Let me guess, were you not expecting the main villain to be a cybernetic evil wizard?
Yeah, prime evil.
Yeah, that isn't even technically a ghost.
Good God. Yeah. No, I wasn't expecting that.
No? Okay.
That
Were,
there-
were you not expecting their car to have like a weird southern drawl and be extremely lazy?
I wasn't even expecting their car to talk. Okay, their car...
I love it.
This is what I wrote down about the car, okay? I took notes.
Yeah.
Because this
Oh,
warranted
you guys.
so many notes.
Was
Okay,
making me drive
So-
everywhere.
the car was Chitty Chitty Bang Bang,
Yeah.
but with like a southern drawl
Yeah.
and really annoying. And I wrote Chitty Chitty Bang Bang car, haunted by the ghost of Dick Van Dyke. It really was though.
Dick Van
It
Dyke
really
died in
was
that
the
car.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang car. It
Well-
flew and everything.
Well, you know what happened. That's based on an actual urban legend.
Yeah.
That Dick Van Dyke died in the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang car during the production of Chitty
Yeah.
Chitty Bang Bang.
And he's
And
really
then,
just a
and
ghost.
then, no. His ghost is now inside. It's soaked into the leather
Yeah.
in the seats of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Okay, the ectoplasm, you can't get it out.
And
It's just
the
staying
Dick
in
Van
there.
Dyke that we have
And the
right
Dick
now,
Van Dyke we have right now was an animatronic
made by
created
Disney.
by Walt Disney.
Yeah.
Yes. Because even though Chitty Chitty Bang Bang wasn't made by
No.
them, the guys that made it, I forget who they were again. Wasn't it the guys that did the songs to Mary Poppins? Even though
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
Isn't it like the Broccoli Brothers or something?
Yeah, the Broccoli Brothers. Yeah,
Or-
exactly.
So I don't remember their fucking names. I don't care.
But no, it might actually be. But
I think I'm...
yes, it is the Broccoli's. Yeah, because they also made
Yeah. Okay.
James Bond. But so I heard that the legend basically goes that they're making the scenes, and what a lot of people don't know is that because special effects at the time weren't good enough to simulate, they were having to actually raise the car up on wires attached to small prop planes, and Dick Van Dyke was in it. Now, they didn't want to risk the other people, so like the girl and the kids and whatever, those were all cardboard cutouts. And for the close-ups, marionettes. But so, Dick Van Dyke, who used to be all like, before Tom Cruise did it, he's all like, I do my own stunts, blah, blah, blah. So he was like, I'll be in the car. Well, one time, one of the prop planes had a goose fly into the propeller. And the other three, because there was 2 in the front, 2 in the back. The other 3 planes were fine. But what happened was that plane jerking just enough to the right tipped and Dick Van Dyke fell out. And he hit the ground. And he just died instantly. Like his spinal cord was severed on a rock. And if you're wondering, then how come the cars... Well, what happened was they were going to eventually tell the police and, put in the insurance claim and whatnot, but they really wanted to finish the movie. So they basically Weekend at Bernie's him into the car and set up a system of levers, pulleys, and fishing line to get him to move and blah blah and walk around. Basically, they asked Walt Disney. They were like, "Hey, back when you were making Mary Poppins and Dick Van Dyke would show up to the set, fall down drunk every day, how would you get him to act?" And Walt Disney was all like, "Oh, we used to use fishing line and pulleys." So they were like, "Oh, okay, cool." And he was like, "Why do you want to know?" "Oh, no reason."
This is the longest fucking story.
Well, because then Walt was very concerned because he kept in touch with Dick Van Dyke after Mary Poppins, and he was like, "Oh, is Dick back on the sauce?" And they were like, No, don't worry about it, Walt." So then after the movie, they were forced to, the Broccoli twins or whatever, were forced to go to, Walt and be like, "Oh, geez, Walt, we got a problem." And Walt was like, "I'll take care of it. Don't worry. Like, I'll make sure. I'll make it like it never happened." So he basically had his boys down in the lab that designed the Country Bears, designed a special Country Bear animatronic that wasn't a bear at all, but was actually a Dick Van Dyke. And every so often, every couple of years, they bring the animatronic back to Disney's labs. Walt's long gone, but it's been explained. Yeah, and they age him. And so that's what happened. So that is why you felt like that car was haunted by the ghost of Dick Van Dyke. It's because they were basing it on that urban legend. I'm so
the
sad more you know.
I ever mentioned that.
What?
I wish I had. That
story was fucking gold.
Yeah, sure.
Wow.
Gold and showers. I love you. I'm just kidding. It was beautiful, babe.
Just go.
I love you. So the first episode had to do with like a mummy being enlarged and like what was it? He was stopping all the oil.
No,
rigs.
He was scaring.
Oh, he was
the
scaring
oil workers away.
Yes.
From the oil field so that they couldn't pump the oil, so that none of the machines in the world would work, so that Primeval could easily take over the world because all the machines lacked oil because the mummy scared everyone away from the oil field.
That is right, and the
from
oil,
the one oil field.
Yeah, the one oil field. Where was the one oil field again?
In Egypt.
In Egypt. Okay, and
how do we know that they were in the Middle East?
Because there were flying carpets with camels on them.
Yes.
My note: flying carpets with camels equal racist. Super racist.
Pretty much.
But at the beginning of the show, okay. Well, not right at the beginning. When we first see the Ghostbusters in this episode. They're in their, like, Ghostbuster lair. What do they call it? Just the Ghostbusters headquarters? Oh,
I think it's like,
I didn't catch what they call it.
Yeah, we'll just say that for now. I forget.
Doesn't matter.
I know that Primeval called his place Haunt Quarters.
Right. So, they're in their little lair.
Which, why wouldn't he just call it Dead Quarters? I don't know.
Because they missed that opportunity. Yeah. Anyway,
ghost-busting
so
lair.
they're in their lair and they're like watching TV, and Eddie, the kind of heavier set guy, is sitting in a chair that has hands for like armrests that are feeding him popcorn.
Yeah,
and it's I don't know if you saw what I saw, but what I saw, the way he was sitting in this chair, like I just had I wrote down a note because I was like, I have a feeling that this chair does more than just feed him popcorn.
Oh.
Like, it was just very...
Meaning?
weird.
Like, you think it's a massage chair?
No. Well, yes, maybe like a happy ending.
You think it massages his genitals?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that this chair probably jerks them off on a regular basis.
that he has the monkey for that. I don't think he needs the chair.
So
I think he's like, Tracy, come here and jerk me off.
Yeah.
Okie
So yeah. So they have all these like weird things in their lair like that.
Yeah.
That I was like, okay.
Sure beats that stupid old firehouse, don't it?
No.
Fuck you.
No, because that was weird. And then
You think that's weird. What about when they change into their outfits?
Oh, yeah.
And they go into like this, apparently inside their, or under their lair or whatever, there's this whole other dimension with weird fucking ghost faces in the black background and them like going on these conveyor belts and shit and like some Rube Goldbergian like...
For some reason, this cartoon just feels the need to show them naked like all the time.
Be fair. Boxers.
All the time though. But naked all the time.
Yeah, that's accurate.
These guys like to be naked all the time. Naked all the time. Naked all the time. But no, really though, like when they're in their changing sequence and whatnot, they are just in their boxers. Like the machine, whatever is changing them into their ghost busting outfits, like takes their clothes off for them, and they're naked for a good part of the set.
Yeah, takes their clothes
segment.
off, throws them into a electric spider web.
Yeah, which Roger there seems to enjoy. What is his actual name? It's not Roger.
It's Jake.
It's Jake.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jake
like
Kong Jr. and Eddie Spencer.
And Eddie, yes.
And Tracy the gorilla.
Eddie kind of looks like Eddie from Rocky Horror Picture Show. He does!
Oh, because he's wearing that hat with the nipples on it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. So, you know, in the first episode that we watched about the mummy and whatnot, they didn't actually show the changing sequence.
No, they didn't.
So, there was no excuse for them being naked as much as they were.
That's true.
Like...
Well, what did they say? Oh, the clothes got wet and then shrunk and then just like fell off. Yeah.
And the car wash water like shrunk their clothes.
Yeah.
And at first just Jake ended up naked, which there was also a girl in the car. So there's that. Like wouldn't her clothes have fallen apart too, just like Jake's and Eddie's? Or well, Eddie's didn't fall apart until later.
Yeah. But still, Jessica's clothes didn't fall off at all.
Oh yeah, and Jessica is annoying.
Yeah, she is.
Jessica needs to go away. I don't...
She's a reporter. What, you don't think she's like April O'Neil?
You know, I was just gonna say, there's good reporting, and then there's not so good reporting. She is a terrible reporter.
Why? Because she wasn't wearing a fucking yellow jumpsuit?
She wasn't wearing a yellow jumpsuit, but she was wearing a yellow jacket all the time, so...
It was green.
It was yellow. It's yellow.
Okay.
I promise it's yellow. Because I was thinking to myself, like, wow, in the 80s, for some reason, we really liked, like, women reporters in yellow with red hair.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of weird. But cool. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, it's cool that, you know, she was part of the adventure, I guess, but it was also kind of like, why are you here? Like, what are you doing to further their goals right now? You're not doing anything. You're kind of just there to, I don't know. But yeah, so that was some of my notes. Do you remember Spectre sniffing schnozzle?
Yes, I remember that.
Spectre sniffing
Apparently
schnozzle.
Jake
they were having
can smell
performance
ghosts.
anxiety with their Spectre sniffing schnozzle.
Apparently Jake can smell ghosts.
Yeah.
And he called his nose his Spectre sniffing schnozzle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just wrote schnozzle's broken.
Lol.
Yeah, there were a lot of innuendos too. Oh yeah,
innuendos. What are you talking about?
I don't know. I just felt like there were a lot of innuendos, and I wish I had written down.
Yeah, because I didn't notice those.
That I noticed, but oh yeah, Airhead, which is the name of the mummy.
Yes.
They shrunk him from his, big height because their little disintegrator, whatever, disapparator, what?
Disapparator.
Well,
no, it was
it called?
dematerializer.
Dematerializer.
Yeah. What are you looking at?
I don't know. They're
Dematerializer?
Dematerializer was having performance anxiety.
Oh yeah,
so
that's right.
It was kind of just like,
yeah,
like jizzing out little bits.
Oh my god!
So,
stop! Oh, jizzing out bits sounds gross. It sounds like chunky cum. That's nasty.
Chunky bubbles.
Like the only. Oh my god!
But tell me, Zach.
Man. Solid
tell
jizz.
Me that
they only
it
come with little bits in it.
Tell me that it didn't look like when they shrunk down Airhead, that they walked up to him with their performance anxiety little disintegrator, whatever, dematerializer, and just kind of like lightly came on him. Like, they're just like,
what? I'd like to tell you that, but I can't.
Because it's accurate. That happened.
I'd like to tell you that Airhead fought the good fight and was able to fight off the Ghostbusters, but I can't. Oh, you haven't seen... yeah, never mind.
No.
You haven't seen the Shawshank Redemption.
Anyway, so the second...
that reference was wasted on you!
No, I knew what you were talking about.
No, you didn't.
I did, actually. So the second episode was about Dracula. Ooh.
Yeah, because that's an original idea
I know,
for
right?
a kid show. But to be fair, I'm sure if I looked, there's probably at least one real Ghostbusters episode with Dracula in it. Dracula was in every cartoon in the 80s. I'm serious.
Yeah, no, that's true. So Dracula sounded like Mario.
Oh my god.
It's
Dracula! He tried to have like the Transylvanian thing, but he was totally had a Mario thing going on too, where he's like,
yeah.
You know, I want to suck your blood!
It was really bad.
Mamma mia, you will obey me!
They defeated Dracula with garlic salami.
Oh my god, that's right.
Garlic salami.
And a mirror! Because apparently...
And a mirror.
The mirror hurt him.
And a balloon.
And a balloon.
And a balloon.
Full of heroin. I'm sorry, that's not funny. There's an opioid epidemic currently sweeping the nation, so that's not funny.
I wrote down Anus Mouth Ghost, let's go. What was the...
Oh, you don't remember why you wrote down Anus Mouth Ghost? Let's go? Yes, you... Okay, so...
What was
first,
the song
let me explain first. So what happened was, I still forget what they're called. Interstitials? No, not interstitials. The scene change placards or whatever, where they would show the ghost symbol, and then it would have a different, like, facial expression. One was like an angry one, one's a smile, and one, it had a mouth that looked like a puckered anus.
Symbol, and the mouth would change every time.
Yeah, it looked like a puckered anus.
It did.
Literally, it looked like the symbol for Zayre's. Back when that store still existed.
Oh my god. It's like an asterisk.
Yeah.
But on the ghost, it looks like a puckered anus mouth.
So, you put, what was the... Let me see the thing here.
I wrote down anus mouth ghost,
so
let's go.
So you don't remember, you were going... you were going, let's go, anus mouth ghost, let's go.
Let's go.
Go.
That's right.
Anus mouth.
Well, I wrote it down so that you would remind me.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Mommy, why does that ghost have a butthole for a mouth?
Let's go.
Oh my god. Poop and cum. This podcast is just going down the shitter.
And then, so, the third episode, was fucking bizarre. Apparently, so Futura, right, that was her name? Mm-hmm. Is a friend of the Ghostbusters. She kind of looks like, the chick from Fern Gully.
Oh my god, yes she does! With that weird helmet thing that she's wearing.
Yes.
Yeah, she does look like
yeah,
chick
but like a future chick, Fern Gully girl. I can't remember her name now. Krista?
Yeah.
Krista from Fern Gully. But this is Futura.
Yes.
And she... the bad guy, I can't remember his name, but apparently his tattoos can become monsters, and
oh, that weird ghost pirate guy?
Yeah,
I can't remember his name, but that was awesome, yeah.
But he
had a fucking tattoo of a dragon on his chest that he could only use once.
Yeah.
And it could make a hole in the Phantom Ghost Jail.
Yeah, in the Phantom Ghost Jail. Which I was like, isn't that that's the Phantom Zone?
Yeah.
Like, that's right. Straight up a ripoff from Superman.
Pretty much.
Yes. No, it is. She was talking about it, and I'm like, What? That's basically, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, so the Phantom Zone. Just why don't you just call it the Phantom Zone if you're gonna rip it off? Like, you might as well just go balls deep.
Jesus, Heather?
I have a lot to say about this because I've never seen it before, so, like, I have a lot to say.
No, it's just with the balls deep reference.
Whatever.
There goes our PG-13 rating for this episode.
Yeah, no, we don't have that.
Oh, you think because of the cum shit?
Cum shit fuck damn?
Cum shit fuck damn?
Yes. Because of that.
Cum shit fuck damn, it's the greatest place. Cum shit fuck damn, won't you come and visit the cum shit fuck damn off Route 21 in Derry, New Hampshire. Cum shit fuck damn.
Anyway, what was I saying? So, in the Phantom Zone, resides Captain Ahab and Moby Dick. They're friends. They're best buds. They go everywhere together and do everything together because they're besties, BFFs, BFF for life. Even though, you know, the reason that they're, like, there is because Ahab was trying to kill him and kill the
Yeah,
whale.
but they've had, what do you say, 500 years to work it out.
500 years to work it out. So
and now Moby Dick is all nice and docile.
Yeah.
I guess you could call him more like Moby Dickless. We all float down here, Georgie. Sorry.
Anyway, so...
Don't forget to spay and neuter your whales.
Especially sperm whales.
Oh! And Moby Dick is a sperm whale. Oh, that's fucking awesome.
There you go.
Yeah, nice.
So, ow.
Sperm whale!
That was an elbow on my side.
Sperm whale!
Yeah! So, this ghost pirate guy decides to break into the Phantom Zone and break out, the whale and kidnap Ahab. So, he's using Ahab as leverage to get the whale to do his bidding.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I just want you to picture this, okay? These are space pirates that are on a pirate ship with no actual technology to keep them from breathing in space.
But they're ghosts, though.
But they are ghosts. Not all of them are ghosts, but...
No, they are.
Well, yes. The monsters that he creates are not ghosts. Which is why the, disintegrator thing doesn't work on them.
Oh, whatever.
So he uses them to...
I'm gonna be real talk time. I didn't pay the closest attention to this particular episode.
I know. So, at the same time, Futura and the gang, and Jake and Ernie.
Ernie and Bert.
And Bert.
And Clydesdale.
No, Eddie and
Gremlin.
And Kong.
Kippy Joe.
And Jessica. Because you gotta have Jessica.
Oh, it's a love triangle.
Apparently.
Between her and Jake and Futura.
I guess so.
Maybe.
I don't know. They are flying through space, get this, in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Now, how the actual fuck are they breathing in space? The car does not have a top, like it's not enclosed. They are in space by Saturn, by the way. They are near Saturn, so they are that far away from Earth. Okay? And they are breathing in space.
Why you gotta poke holes in
What
stuff?
what the fuck? They're all in space, and they're just like, hey,
That's what bothered you about the show?
Yeah, a little bit. And the Ahab and the Phantom Zone, like, this episode really ticked me off, actually. Like, this episode was real garbage.
Thank you for showing a little bit of restraint there. I was afraid you were gonna go with a different word, but you pulled it back. You reined it in.
I did. I know.
It's really, had me really TO'd.
Yeah. So, there was that. And, they came and saved the day, and blah, blah, blah. Okay. And then Ahab and the whale got pardoned from space jail in the Phantom Zone, so now they're free to take their love somewhere else. Their fictional space love. Anyway.
When a man and whale come together through the bonds of love, there's no challenge they can't face. There's no evil they can't conquer.
Oh boy. And then I didn't write any other real notes about the last episode.
Well, just give us the fake note.
So
I'm just kidding.
No, the one note I did write
fake
was
notes are F and I do have 2 letters written down, Zach. F and U.
I wrote down Optimus Eastwood
Optimus Eastwood.
because that's what.
Oh my god,
Jake's
that last episode was so
great-grandfather.
fucking... What? Oh my god, that last episode was so retarded. Oh sorry. I'm gonna cut that.
Yeah.
That last episode was so stupid. Oh my god, that's right.
Yeah.
Fucking... Oh!
Optimus Eastwood.
I don't even want to get into it.
So
what,
it was Optimus
Evil
Prime
decided that... Let's
trying to
start
sound
with-
like Clint Eastwood.
Okay, let's back this up, though. So the episode starts with Primeval talking to one of his hench ghosts named Sir Trancelot.
Sir Trancelot.
Okay.
Yep.
Sir Trancelot, because
Sir
he can,
Trancelot.
hypnotize people, put them in trances,
Yep.
whatever. So, basically, he goes back in time to... Jake has been telling everybody in the present time about his great-great-grandfather?
Great-great-grandfather.
Great-great-grandfather, fucking Whoopi McDoo, whatever the hell his name is. He's a sheriff in the Wild West, and
It's a marshal.
he's a marshal, sheriff marshal, whatever the fuck.
Sheriff Marshall.
I don't care. I
Sheriff
really
Marshall.
don't care. So Sheriff Marshal Whoopity-Doo goes. Sir Trancelot goes back. He's a knight. Sir Trancelot goes back in time, and he hides down in a dark alley, and he waits for Sergeant Marshal Whoopity-Doo to get there, and he's like comes out. And he hypnotizes him to fall over and pass out.
Yeah.
So once he falls over and passes out, apparently they take him and bring him to Primeval's like jail cell. Now that's the dumbest use of. Why didn't Primeval just go back in time if he could and just knock the guy over the head or whatever? What is the point of like having this specialized henchman go here and do this one stupid fucking thing? And then Primeval. I know it's a cartoon and they couldn't show the traditional way of turning into a werewolf, but still. Primeval turns him into a werewolf by shooting him with this magic werewolf beam out of his fingertips. Or was it out of his eyes?
I forget.
Whatever. He somehow exudes this magical werewolf beam.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a werewolf now! Ah!
Now you're
so
a
he turns
werewolf.
into a werewolf.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Now you're a
So-
lupine.
So, Jake is, looking at his picture of his great-grandfather, Sergeant Major Marshal
Whoopity-doo.
Whoopity-Doo. And, he is like, oh, well, why does he look like a werewolf now?
Yeah.
Because
why
apparently,
is it changing?
apparently this episode introduces some sort of weird fucking Back to the Future physics into this world. So,
Yeah.
apparently because Primeval turned Old West Man into werewolf, now pictures of him are... But that's even better than that, though. Now Jake's father is turning into a werewolf. So apparently what happened is by going back in time and turning
Great
Captain,
granddaddy.
Corporal, Sergeant, Major, Sheriff, Marshal, Whoopity-Doo into a werewolf, it's now apparently when he goes and fucks some random chick and she has a kid, that kid's now a werewolf too, and so on and so forth. And Jake starts scratching himself because he's going to turn into a werewolf also. What?
Yeah.
That's not how werewolves work. That's not how any of this works.
Yeah, this is a thing that happened in
Yeah.
the episode.
So
I don't...
their whole plan is to go back in time and stop that fucking Sir Trancelot so that he can't knock out the captain.
Sir Trancy Pants.
Yeah, Sir Trancy Pants, so that he can't knock out the captain, major, sergeant, general, admiral, whoopsie pants. And then Primeval's plan is apparently destroyed. Now, his plan in the beginning was what? This is a dude who's bent on destroying the world. What, he decided that I will ruin Jake's family and turn them into werewolves and that'll help me
Yes.
destroy the world. How?
Yeah.
How is that going to help him take over
He
the
just
world?
wanted to, destroy the Ghostbusters from inside.
And that's not what that would accomplish.
Nope.
That's hurting one Ghostbuster.
One Ghostbuster.
And it's turning him into a werewolf. It's not destroying the whole organ. It's the dumbest fucking thing. Especially because, okay, so that puts him out of commission for... Okay, so if we go by, traditional werewolf lore, that puts him out of commission for whatever couple nights that the moon
Right.
is full. If we go by the lax of every night when the moon comes out, fine. But that still means there's still plenty of time when he's not a werewolf to get shit done.
Yep.
It's the dumbest fucking plan ever.
Yeah.
So stupid.
Yeah, it's all garbage.
However, that's not all garbage. However, I still think the show itself is a great concept. And I do like the characters and the whatnots.
Yeah, I mean, it reminded me of, like, Scooby-Doo.
Yes, it definitely reminded me of a Hanna-Barbera cartoon in this Filmation.
Mm-hmm.
There were some cool Filmation stuff that I noticed that reminded me of the other ones, like She-Ra and He-Man. Like, there were odd things that were, like, realistic, like rotoscoped, like there were weird clouds and stuff, like in the background of, like, the theme song and whatnot. Okay, so we're going to not do any reviews because pretty much all the reviews on IMDb, we're going to find another website, because all the reviews on IMDb were like, this show, almost every single review was just, this show is not a copy of the real Ghostbusters. It's based on a show from the 70s, and Ghostbusters copied this. It's a great show. Okay, calm your ass down.
Calm your tits.
Yeah, calm your tits, you silly little fucking nerd nipples. Alright? We know you like the show. We like the show too. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Goodbye. So instead of doing that, let's get into the. So now that we've both looked at both shows, let's get into the challenge.
Oh boy.
Heather, what do you think? Which show do you think holds up better?
Holds up
now
better?
than back then? All right. Well, let's go by. Okay. So let's start with a couple things. Which show do you think has better animation? Like looks better by today's standard. Which show do you think its presentation has held up like its animation?
Probably the real Ghostbusters.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'd say you're probably right.
Yeah.
I would agree. Probably the real Ghostbusters animation. Although, again, watching this again, I have to say, given how shitty some Filmation cartoons animations I have to say that given how badly Filmation animated a lot of its cartoons by trying to be cheap, the animation in this cartoon wasn't horrible.
No, it wasn't terrible.
Filmation's Ghostbusters wasn't horrible, but yes, the real Ghostbusters animation is better. So that's a point for them.
Yeah.
What I know I already briefly mentioned this, but what show do you think the song holds up better?
Well, I mean, the real Ghostbusters, that song's a classic.
That's true.
Grayson has it as like a playlist song, like, you know.
All right, so give that to the real Ghostbusters too, then I guess. That's.
I mean, you kind of have to.
Okay, fine. What about like the actual ghosts that are being busted? I'd have to just say that both these shows have a really weird idea of what a ghost is.
I know.
Because in my opinion, on both these shows, what they really have is more monsters than ghosts.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if a ghost is the spirit of someone who died, I want to know what these fucking people looked like when they were alive. Because that is fucked up.
Absolutely. No, I think they're both kind of a draw.
Yeah.
On that.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, the real Ghostbusters had, you know, some good ones, like we mentioned in the podcast, you know, Sam Hain and the Boogeyman and whatnot. But yeah, they all kind of like, they're all more monsters than ghosts.
Yeah.
Really, for both of them.
Yeah.
So that one's a draw.
Okay.
I think. What do you think?
I mean, all joking aside, I have to give it to the real Ghostbusters because those were genuinely scary creatures.
Yeah.
The ones on Filmation's Ghostbusters just like
kind of goofy.
Very goofy.
They were almost like Scooby-Doo ghosts.
Yes.
And monsters, but being actual ghosts and monsters as opposed to somebody like dressed up as.
Yeah.
So.
I definitely got to give it to Filmation's Ghostbusters for their hideout. I definitely think that's way cooler than the Firehouse. Firehouse doesn't do anything. Doesn't have living things for them to talk to. And
that's
whatnot.
true. Alright.
So what's more annoying, though? Slimer or the living furniture that these Ghostbusters have to do?
Or shouldn't we be comparing, like, Slimer to...
Yeah, but, okay, so...
monkey?
Oh, okay, good point. Because there is a Slimer-type character that somehow didn't pop up in the 4 episodes we watched. His name is Belfry. He's a little pink bat. But you're right. From what we did see... Yes, okay, so who do you think is more annoying? Slimer?
Slimer. Yeah, I actually didn't mind,
Tracy.
Well,
okay, so in general, which show do you think had the better characters? Going by the show, not going by the movie portrayal of the real Ghostbuster characters, but by the actual shows.
The Real Ghostbusters.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean,
you're probably right. I just figured
I mean, Venkman's funny.
Yeah.
I mean, even Egon's funny. And I like
yeah,
that.
but I mean, they don't
I
get
mean,
their
their girl character is better.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, Janine is definitely better than Jessica.
Yeah, but Jessica is definitely a more modern, like, more realized, like, feminist character because Janine is just their freaking secretary.
Yeah, but she does
Jessica's
a lot
out
more
in the field
for
doing
them.
shit, and you know.
And Janine does stuff though.
Okay, well, let's put it this way: Janine, you're right. Janine exists as a character to serve the Ghostbusters. Jessica does not serve the Ghostbusters. She is almost like a third Ghostbuster.
Yes.
Sorry, fourth if you count the
right.
monkey. All right. Wow. Which show do you think had better like ghost
Janine
busting?
has better personality though.
Which show has better ghost busting equipment and stuff? Do you think? Well, now I know you laugh, but at least there's a variety in this
Yes.
Ghostbusters. There's that like that.
True.
There's the the dematerializer thing, but then there's also that weird gum shooting thing.
Yeah.
There's a lasso shooting one that shoots out like a rope that they can't get out of.
Mm-hmm.
So I would actually give it to this Ghostbusters.
Yeah. There's more of a variety.
Yeah. Which show had the better car?
Definitely the Real Ghostbusters.
What? But that
I
car
hated
can't
that fucking
fly!
car. I
It's
hated
not
that
haunted by the ghost of Dick Van Dyke!
Fuck that.
You hated that car, huh?
That car was really annoying.
We're gonna split on this one. I like the car better from this one.
I know.
So, can you think of any other categories to combine them?
No, not really.
Okay. Any other comparisons? Combine them. Can you think of any other things to compare them? Wow. Can you think of any other ways to compare the two?
Not really.
No? Alright, so what do you think the verdict is? In your opinion, which cartoon holds up better in 2017? The Real Ghostbusters or Filmation's Ghostbusters?
Definitely the Real Ghostbusters. I mean, with all the points we just made, they got most of the points.
Okay.
You know? Like...
That's a good point. I would have to say that I'm actually more interested in watching more of the Real Ghost. I'm gonna be honest. I'm interested in watching more of both.
Of both, yeah.
But the Real Ghostbusters.
Now that I've seen
the Real Ghostbusters, I had forgotten how well it was written and that it wasn't even directed directly at kids.
Seasons.
I mean, this right.
Yeah.
I mean, this show is pretty much directed at children. Which not that that's a bad thing, but it just doesn't have. There's a level of sophistication to the Real Ghostbusters that Filmation Ghostbusters just doesn't quite have. I will say, I like the sense of whimsy to Filmation's Ghostbusters, and just the air of silliness, where the Real Ghostbusters has more of a down-to-earth... I mean, I know that sounds weird, because it has outlandish creatures and whatnot, but the Ghostbusters themselves aren't really funny, per se. I mean, I don't mean their lines, but I mean, like, the Ghostbusters themselves aren't really silly. They're almost like the straight men in their own, like, cartoon kind of thing, whereas these Ghostbusters are obviously, like, you know...
I'm kind of curious to see the show, like, the original show.
We should check it out, but from what I remember, it's not that great.
Yeah. I'm curious, though.
Yeah.
Because I had never heard of it or anything until,
So you know how I found out... So I'm going to give the little story real quick about how I found out about that, because it was interesting to me as a kid. I loved finding out stuff as a kid. Like, I craved knowledge about things. And obviously when we were children, we didn't have access to the internet. And so, figuring things out could be kind of a little bit of a puzzle, which I had fun doing, trying to figure things out and piece things together. So, I remember I watched both cartoons. And then one day I was, my mom's friend, might as well just say like my aunt, because that's basically what she was, had me. And I think I was staying overnight, and she let me go to her video store to rent a movie. Now, something that kids today will never know the feeling of, and this isn't just like me being an old man, like, oh, kids say this is just a fact. The feeling of going to a video store that wasn't your regular video store, it was like this new amazing possibilities of like, they might have movies here that the other video store doesn't have, I loved that. I loved that, because when I was a kid, there was like 2 video stores in the town that I grew up in that we frequented. There were actually 4 video stores in the town.
Yeah.
But there was 2 that my parents actually frequented, and then when I was older and was able to rent my own videos and whatnot, I went to the other 2. But occasionally, there was one in the next town over that we would go to. There was one sometimes on the way to go grocery shopping in Seabrook. There was I'd say there was a good 6 different video stores that I visited as a child.
Like one video store.
Well, yeah, it's because you grew up in East Bumfuck, fucking New Hampshire.
Yeah.
But, so anyway, so I know I'm rambling. So I was super excited that I was going to get the chance to go to a video store that wasn't my own. Because I always loved the opportunity.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Interesting part of that story. I should have said it before, but I didn't go to a Blockbuster until I was in 8th grade.
I was in high school.
Okay, so you do understand what I was going to say, that like even though it was this big chain, there wasn't one near us.
Yeah.
And so I used to go to like, local video stores.
Yeah, there was one eventually in 2 towns over from here.
Right.
But,
yeah,
like
exactly.
I said, that was like, end of middle school, beginning of high school.
So I don't remember what this video store was, but anyways, so I was so excited because it was a new video store. We went in, and I'm looking, what do I want to rent? And then I see this thing called The Ghostbusters, with a space between the 2 words.
Yeah.
And it's got 2 guys that I've never seen before. And an ape. Wearing a hat.
Good God.
And I'm like, no, right? There's no way that this is, that says any connection to the cartoon. Flip it over on the back, Jake Kong, Eddie Spencer, and Tracy. I'm like, what? So this was a show first? So I was all, like, what? Yeah. Like, all, confused. And so I was trying to piece it together in my mind, what it was and why the other one was called The Real Ghostbusters and all this stuff. And I remember taking it home and watching it, and the whole show is basically just, 22 minutes of what happens in the Three Stooges when they're in, like, a haunted castle.
Oh, God.
Like, oh, yeah, it's not a good show.
Jesus.
It's just basically, like, kind of slapsticky, like, oh, there's a ghost around. Ooh, dun 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 dun. I don't know what that music was or where it came from. So it's not great.
Curious to see it, though.
Yes.
Just for shits and giggles.
All right, so I guess that about wraps it up, right? Did you have anything else you want to say about Filmation's Ghostbusters?
No.
All right, so yeah, I guess we have a clear winner there. It's The Real Ghostbusters. I'm sure nobody's shocked about that, but, it was still fun to revisit both series, just in case. Next week, we'll be going back to regular format and doing a movie, and we decided that we're going to take a look at The Great Outdoors, a movie that I would consider almost a lost John Candy, John Hughes classic, because nobody ever really mentions it.
Yeah.
I remember liking it a lot when I was a kid.
Ever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. I've seen it a couple times.
So, and I love John Candy, so.
Yeah. Well, I have a funny anecdote about the television cut of the film. Funny to me. I don't know if it was anybody else. But I will save that for next week.
All right.
So, until then, this is What's the Hold Up? And, yeah.
Let's go! Ghostbuster toys, so much fun, it's spooky. Play Ghostbusters.
Let's go!
With your own play figures.
Come on there, Ghost to bust.
Jake has a magic backpack and ghost gun. Primeval has a real cape.
Look out, humans.
Pull yourself together, you rusty wreck.
That's spooky!
Ghostbuster figures from Shopper. So much fun, it's spooky.